Hello, Soul Tribe. How are you doing? This is Lox. I'm just coming on here today to talk to you about trauma release and manifesting your twin flame. Or even if you have a twin flame, but you've chosen to go with a soulmate, um, which can be a slower path to ascension, which is completely it's a completely valid choice, um, and may be the right one for you. Um, so, but what you can do to um, facilitate your journey, one of the things we have to do is we have to process trauma. Um, we have to process and release trauma that's happened in this third dimension, possibly past lives, generational traumas like uh, you know what happened in Germany, the Holocaust or slavery, or I can't remember the word for it right now, but um, mass extinction of different cultures and races, so tribes, etc., that happened to the Native Americans. So there will be generational and um, past lives, things that are passed down generationally that has to be released too. So lots of things to release, and we want to release that trauma as painlessly and as quickly and as silently as we can. We can go about it hard. We can go about it um, uh, easy as possible. And there is new ways to release trauma. There's many ways. You can when our psyche is traumatized, what will happen often is that the psyche splits off into parts and pieces, and this is how it preserves itself. So these pieces, when they're really separated, like think of a mirror, um, when it's really cracked and it splits off into pieces, then if those, in the severest cases, that's um, they used to call it multiple personality disorder. Now it's DID. Um, but basically, it means that the psyche has compartmentalized into different pieces or personalities, and we all have this to a certain extent. Probably, where we have our workplace persona, we have our family persona, we have our persona with the friends, um, but generally, hopefully, it's overall a stable personality. um, so anyway, to pull in shamanic work, we are pulling those pieces back together. That's one of the ways it's recalling parts of the soul. So one of the things that we want to do, um, one of the ways that I teach to release trauma is through the activation of the polyvagal nervous system and the tremoring response, like animals, shaking it off. If you've heard about this, shake it off, shake it off. It's a real thing. It's not just a slogan or a phrase, but it is something that we actually do. And it is in our nervous system that we're able to reset our nervous system and cast off trauma and actually grow, have post-traumatic stress growth. So there's growing research on this, and we're having great results with veterans, post-war veterans, and right now, I'm one of 13 in the state of Florida at this time. At this time of this filming, that is certified in that. I think there's not that many in the United States. Um, but there's other ways to release trauma. But I'm informed in this methodology or technology, and so what that does is it activates through the polyvagal nervous system, and we activate the tremoring response, which completes a cycle of trauma release. And this can happen cellularly, um, um, down molecularly, cellularly, in the tissues, in the muscles, in the organs, in the body structure, energetically, spiritually, and out to the other body layers, which we have other bodies besides the body built with food. According to Hindu Vedic philosophy, this is the body built with food. It's not our only body. We have the emotional body, we have the energetic body, we have the spiritual body. There's a few of them, which we'll not go into anymore. But so to draw that, one of the main features for twin flame union, the reasons for it, is to activate ascension. And a big part of ascension activation in the Kundalini system, our system here, and some people even, it's not really there, but for all intents and purposes, it's there. As long as it's, you can use it as a permission slip to evolve, we're going to use it. So where was I? So big part of the process for Kundalini activation is trauma release. Because if we weren't traumatized, if all our fear was gone and we were totally open and all our chakras are functioning correctly and we're in contact with source completely, then there'd be no need for ascension or trauma release or Kundalini activation. So getting rid of trauma is getting the ego properly, reducing it to its only function, which is keeping the body alive, basically, not jumping in front of trucks and things like that. for everything else, it can get in the way of a lot of things and keep us in a lot of fear and keep us from listening to the voice of our higher self is the main thing, because we're always arguing with it. Oh, I can't do that because I might get hungry. I can't do that because people wouldn't approve. I can't do that. They might hate me and then want to kill me, which has happened according to our history. So hence witch hunts and Salem and all that jazz. So and I'm sure I never had any of that happen to me. So anyway, so releasing those kind of traumas, which our twin will trigger, so they come up. That's what the relationship is for. And of course, in Miracles will tell you this. Relationships are not what you think they're for your growth. And yes, you have these attractions, so you'll hang around to go through the lessons. And you have reasons for staying, and you can get triggered, to let go of the ego, to let go of the fear, and when the fear is removed, the love is right there, because that's all that's hiding it, is the fear is like, eh. And once that's gone, then there's the love. So when you see things properly, there is nothing to fear. There is only love. But, argue with your emotions about that. When your gut's all in uproar and everything. So what trauma release does, once you remove that trauma, then you're not going to have the fears that make you securely attached. And that's another topic, attachment styles, which we will address in another video. And which hopefully I will be certified to teach that here shortly and talk more about that, but I will be coaching on it. But right now I can talk a little bit about it, and I will in another video. But if you need some help on this, and if you would like to do a trauma release session, please email me. It will be in the information section below, malakshmianand@gmail.com. And then we can work online, and we can move forward into, hopefully you'll first manifest inner union, and then we'll work on your twin flame journey further. Have a great day. Till we meet next time. Namaste. Hari Om.